Thank you very much.
Kaufman is alive. I look at comic books new and old. Today I'm looking at an old comic book going back 30 years for the Age of Apocalypse as I continue my series, Review the Age of Apocalypse, looking at every single issue from this series. I've already done issues 1 and 2 from all the series so far, including Astonishing X-Men. So today we're going to be looking at issue number 3 from that series. We got the cover here by Joe Madureira. He's also on the interior artwork. This was really a series where he made his name for himself. And we got Rogue on the cover here with Sunfire. They're battling some Infinites who are this universe's version of the Sentinels. Really great costume designs on these characters. I love these Age of Apocalypse costume designs, these character designs. They're really some of my favorites. This is probably my favorite Rogue design. You see she's got like the Magneto style like neck piece on here around her neck, and a lot of the X-Men do actually. Sunfire, everybody on his team does. It's almost like an homage to their leader. I really like that little aspect to him. Rogue, she's got a cape sometimes as well, although not here necessarily in this issue when they're in the middle of a battle like they are here in issue number 3. So we got Scott Lobdell doing the plot and Jeff Loeb doing the dialogue here, and Townsend and Milgram, it says, are doing the inks, and Steve Buccellato doing the colors as well. And this issue is called In Excess, and it was published in May of '95. So again, we're going back just over 30 years here. This is all kind of working out. I did not know that Marvel was going to be putting out the Age of Revelation or doing their own kind of 30th anniversary homage to the Age of Apocalypse like I've started doing here on my channel. It's just happened to work out that way. So I'm kind of hoping right around the time that the Age of Revelation, all those new X-Men issues start to drop, I should hopefully be finishing up this Age of Apocalypse review series that I'm doing, and hopefully we can I can move on to reviewing some of those new Age of Revelation comics, which are kind of mirroring this Age of Apocalypse. So this issue deals with Wild Child, who is Sabretooth's sidekick, and the X-Men find him, and he's been loose here, and he's going to show them where Sabretooth is. And Blink has a pretty close relationship with Sabretooth. She calls him Mr. Creed here, and they're going to go look for him. In the first few pages here, Morph gets a real chance to shine all throughout this issue. He's cosplaying as Holocaust here, who's one of Apocalypse's 4 horsemen. He starts doing a song and dance number in front of all the Infinites, which confuse them and allow the X-Men to get the jump on them. They actually give them a chance to surrender, which of course they don't, so Sunfire just wipes them all out. Wild Child licks Rogue, which gives Rogue all the memories of Wild Child, which shows them where Sabretooth is. And then we actually go to where Sabretooth is. He's been captured by Holocaust, which we saw at the end of the second issue where they had a battle, and Sabretooth busted open Holocaust's helmet, as we see here. So if you were following the last issue, you kind of were tipped off at the beginning of this issue that that might not be Holocaust, and it was just Morph portraying him. So, and he strings Sabretooth up here on this just giant rock, leaving him to die here. And as Sabretooth blacks out, we see just one page kind of flashback of where Sabretooth and Logan first met Blink, where they rescued her from Apocalypse. And then we go to Blink, and she's saying, that was the first memory I have of Mr. Creed. And they're all just kind of getting ready for this battle here, but Morph is annoying Sunfire specifically. But again, these are really some of the first X-Men comics where Morph had any sort of page time at all, was in these Age of Apocalypse. They really brought him back after he was such a hit character in the animated X-Men cartoon from Fox, he really was never an X-Men character, and this Age of Apocalypse kind of made him a main member of the X-Men, at least in this universe. So Magneto is trying to make sure that Bishop can pull the trigger when he needs to, and Bishop doesn't know if he can do it. And right at that moment, Nanny says that there's an intruder at their base, so she's going to protect Magneto's son Charles. And Magneto says Apocalypse is coming. And then we flashed over to where Holocaust is. He's building all of his infinite army here. You see the very obvious kind of metaphor of Holocaust obviously being like a Hitler or Nazi type character, and all the Nazis marching here for him. And we find out here that Holocaust actually has his own plan. He isn't necessarily subscribed to survival of the fittest. He has his own plans in mind for when this final battle finally takes place between Apocalypse and all the other mutants and humans. He wants to just take over the world for himself. Much like all the other Horsemen, as we kind of find out throughout all of this. Of course, all the bad guys are all just in it for themselves. Then we really see the extent of Morph's power here. He turns into a giant whale to infiltrate this base. He's got all the X-Men inside of his mouth here. He even transforms into a giant octopus here. So he's kind of got like Beast Boy's powers, or Changeling, which is the name that those two characters both shared. He turns into a brick wall here as well. So again, Morph really kind of the main character of this issue. And Blink disappears. They ask, where did Blink go? And then we see that she found Sabretooth, and we get this great splash page here. This is the best page in the book, definitely. So a pretty good issue here. Not a whole lot of new things or world building went on specifically in this issue, but just some great pages by Joe Madureira here, where again, this was some really cutting edge stuff at the time when it came out. I really love this splash page here at the end, though, with Sabretooth hung up. That's a really cool page. Could be a cover. So go check out all my other videos covering the Age of Apocalypse, and please subscribe if you haven't yet. It doesn't cost anything. And check out my new channel, Kaufman is Alive Wrestling, as well, if you are a fan of wrestling like I am. And go read comics.